Hey there, Eagles. This week, since we have made it to 120 last week, we are starting a new skill and we're going to talk about reading graphs. So, this week we're going to organize, represent, and interpret data on a picture graph. But what is a graph? Well, I am glad that you asked. Graphs are drawings that show data or information with lines, shapes, pictures, and colors. People use graphs to compare amounts of things or objects. Now, there are two types of graphs that we are going to look at this week and next week. The first type of graph that we are going to look at is a picture graph. And then next week, we'll learn a little bit more about a bar graph. So let's go ahead and get started. What is a picture graph? A picture graph uses symbols and pictures to represent data. And remember, data is just another word for information. So we are going to take a look at a picture graph, and then we're going to answer some questions about the graph to help us to understand the information a little bit better. So if you look, the title of our graph is Ways We Get to School. And there are three ways that we get to school: by car, by bus, and by bike. So let's look at a few questions to help us understand the information a little better. All right, the first question says, how many come to school by bus? So let's go to the picture of the bus and let's count how many students get to school by bus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 kids come to school by bus. All right, let's look at the next question. The next question says, how many come to school by bike? So let's go to the picture of the bike and let's count how many kids come by bike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 kids come to school by bike. All right. Our next question says, how many come to school by car? So let's go to the picture of the car and let's count how many kids come to school by car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 kids come to school by car. Let's look at the next question. The next question says, how many more students come to school by car than by bike? Whenever you have a question that says how many more, we are going to usually always subtract. Okay? So how many more students come to school by car than by bike? So we know that 7 kids come to school by car and 5 kids come to school by bike. So our subtraction problem will be 7 minus 5 equals. Okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to draw a picture. I'm going to draw 7 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then out of those 7, I'm going to take away how many? Very good. I'm going to take away 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many do I have left? Very good. I have 2 left. So that means 2 more students come to school by car than by bike. Let's look at our last question. Our last question says, how many students are in the class? So when you have a question that says how many are in the class, how many people answered the question, how many people took the survey, or how many people voted, that just means you need to count up the total number of people all together. So that means we're going to count how many people come to school by car, bus, and bike all together. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that means there are 22 students in the class. Now you are going to practice reading a picture graph on your own and answer a few questions about the graph. But don't worry, I'm here to help. So the graph that you will be looking at is titled Favorite Ice Cream Flavors. So the flavors that we're looking at are chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate chip. So we're going to use the picture graph to help us answer the questions. And if you notice, each flavor is represented by a different cone with the different color ice cream. So let's look at number 1. How many people like chocolate ice cream? Very good. 5 people like chocolate ice cream. So if we go to chocolate, let's count how many cones there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Question number 2. How many people like vanilla ice cream? Good job. 4 people like vanilla ice cream. Find vanilla on the graph and let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at question number 3. How many more students like vanilla ice cream than strawberry? Remember, those words, how many more, means that we are going to subtract. So it says, how many more students like vanilla ice cream than strawberry? If you said 4 minus 2 equals 2, then excellent job. So since how many more means to subtract, we have to go and find out how many people like vanilla, 1, 2, 3, 4, and how many people like strawberry, 1, 2, and create our subtraction sentence and solve it. 4 minus 2 equals 2. All right, last question. How many people shared their favorite flavor? Very good, 14 people. So remember, that question means we needed to count how many people voted or shared their flavor all together. So let's count all the cones together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Great job, Eagles. I know this was the first week with graphing, but we're going to keep practicing. So you guys keep up the great work.